My name is Melissa, and I'm going to do your neurological assessment today. I just had some questions to ask you to start with. Have you had any headaches, dizziness, seizures, tremors, weakness, balance problems, numbness or tingling in your extremities, trouble swallowing or speaking?
No.
No? Good. Have you ever had any head trauma?
No.
Okay, good. All right, well, I'm going to start by asking you some mental status questions. First, I want to ask you what today's date is.
11/14/2016.
Okay, and where are you at?
I'm at home.
And what's your full name?
Nathan Scott Minix.
Okay, good. All right, and now I'm going to ask you I'm going to ask you to compare some analogies. So I want to start with asking you what is the similarities between a piano and a violin?
They're musical instruments.
Okay, good. All right, and now I want you to complete the statement that I'm going to make. A cat is to a kitten as a dog is to a
Puppy.
Good. And now I have what's called abstract reasoning test. And what I want you to do here is I'm going to say state a proverb, and I want you to tell me the meaning of it. And here it is. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bushes.
That means you're better off what you have in your hand than what you could have. That's in the bushes.
Okay, good. And now I want you to do some arithmetic. And what I want you to do is I want you to start at 50 and subtract by 7 till you get to 8.
Okay. 50.
Mm-hmm.
43. 36. 29. 22. 15. And 8.
Good. All right. The next thing I have for you is I'm going to tell you a sentence, and I want you to write it on a piece of paper for me, okay?
Okay.
This is going to be testing your writing ability, okay? I want you to write down, I live in Kentucky. Oh, good. Very good. All right. So now we're going to be testing your memory. So I'm going to tell you 6 numbers, and I want you to repeat them back to me, okay? 2, 5, 8, 10, 13, and 16.
2, 5, 8, 10, 13, and 16.
Good. Very good. All right. Now I'm going to tell you 5 objects, and then later on, I'm going to give it a little bit of time. Later on, I'm going to ask you what 5 objects I'm telling you right now, okay? A pencil, coin, paper, light, and a pillow. Okay? So I'm going to ask you those 5 later, and you tell me them whenever I ask. Okay? And now I'm going to ask you or test your that was for remote or remote memory or recent memory. I think it's but now I'm going to test your remote memory. What year did you graduate high school?
1999.
Good. Okay. And now I'm going to be testing your judgment. Okay. If you found a sealed envelope, what would you do?
A sealed envelope?
Mm-hmm. And it's got the stamp on it and stamp on it and everything.
Just put it in the mail.
Put it in the mail? Okay. Good. Very good. All right. Now I'm going to be just talking to you. Do you ever feel like moody or have any other feelings?
No.
No? Nothing ever aggravates you or?
Work aggravates you at times.
It does? What do you?
Come home and relax and watch TV. Kind of take your mind off of it.
And does that work for you? Okay, good. All right. So now I'm going to be talking to you, and I want you to tell me about your job.
Well, I work at Toyota in Georgetown. I'm on the engine line, We build the engines for the Lexus automobile.
Good. All right, and I was just testing your speech and language skills there. You did fine. So now I'm going to start with testing your cranial nerves, and I'm going to start with 1, cranial nerve 1. I'm going to start by including your nose there, and I want you to tell me if you can breathe.
I can.
Okay, and then the other nostril.
I can.
Okay, so I want you to close your eyes for me. And I'm going to be occluding your nostril again, and I want you to tell me what you smell.
Alcohol.
Okay, good. Now keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to occlude the other one, and I want you to tell me what you smell.
Lemon.
Yep, very good. Okay. So the next nerve we're going to be checking is your optic nerve, and it's cranial nerve 2. So what I want you to do for this is we're going to be checking your distal vision. So I'm going to move this light down here, and you're going to go step on the other side, on down there, and I'm going to give you a card. Okay. And I want you to read, what line can you see to read from there? There's the Snellen chart over here with a light on it.
Probably line 8.
Okay, go ahead and try to read with that.
It's D, E, F, P, O, T, E, C.
Good. Now I want you to cover your other eye and read backwards with it.
C, E, T, O, P, F, E, D.
Good. Now I want you to take a seat, and you can just take a seat on the couch for now. And go ahead and put this back up here. I have what's called the Rosenbaum chart, and I want you to cover your eye there, and you hold that, and I'm going to bring the light over here closer to us so you can see better. Okay. Hold enough distance there, and I want you to, what line can you read?
The second one from the bottom, maybe.
Okay. Can you read for me?
It's on 9, 3, 7, 8, 2, 6, W, M, E, X, 0, 0, 4, 1.
Okay, now cover the other eye. Read backwards.
1, 4, 0, 0, X, E, M, W, 6, 2, 8, 7, 3, 9.
Okay. Can you read anything at all on the bottom line?
The 3, 1.
Okay.
Z, maybe.
All right. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now we're going to be doing, checking the peripheral. So we're going to be doing the complication test. So you stand up here, and I'm going to grab my card. And and you cover one eye, and I'm going to cover the other. And I want you to tell me when you can see my fingers come into the area.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay?
No. No.
Okay. Now we're going to cover the other eye. Do the same thing.
No. No. No.
Okay?
No.
Good. All right. So the next test we're going to be doing, give me those cards there. We are going to be doing the oculomotor, trochlear, and basically cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6. And so I'm going to have you sit in this chair here. Okay. And I'm going to first look at your eyelids there. Okay. There's no drooping, and they're symmetrical. Now I'm going to be checking your pupils. Turn this light out for this. Well done. Look straight ahead at me. Okay. Straight ahead at me. Good. They were round, symmetrical, reacted to light and everything. They were fine. And the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to do the 6 cardinal positions. So I'm going to turn this light back on, and I want you to take your eyes, and I'm going to put my finger in front of you, okay? I want you to take your eyes and follow my finger. Okay? Okay. Down. Okay, keep following it. Very good. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be doing the trigeminal, which is the fifth cranial nerve. And I'm going to just get right down here beside you. And I want you to, I'm going to be palpating your jaws, and I want you to clench your jaws for me. Clench your teeth. Very good. That feels fine. And then I want you to show me your facial expression. Good. Everything looks good there. And now we're going to be using a paper clip, and I'm going to be touching your face with it, okay? And I want you to close your eyes for this, okay? And I want you to, I'm going to be touching you with the paper clip. Sometimes it's going to be sharp, sometimes it's going to be dull. I want you to tell me whether it's sharp or dull and point to where I'm touching you, okay?
Sharp.
Point to it. Okay.
Dull.
Point to it. Okay.
Sharp.
Point to it. Okay.
Dull.
Point to it. Okay. Very good. All right. Now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to be randomly stroking you on the face with a cotton tip applicator. And when I do it, I want you to say now, okay? Try to get this thing open here. There it goes. Okay. So close your eyes.
Now. 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 Now.
Okay, good. Okay, so, and then I'm going to be touching your eyes with this to check another reflex. So open your eyes for me. Good. Now we're going to check the other eye. Good. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to be moving on and checking cranial nerves 7 and 9. What I want you to do is I want you to raise your eyebrows. Raise both of them together. There you go. I was looking for your forehead wrinkling. Now I want you to smile with your mouth closed without showing your teeth. Very good. Now I want you to puff your cheeks out for me with air. Good. Okay, and I want you to blow with pursed lips. Good. And now I want you to show me your teeth. Good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing now, we got to finish up here. I want you to squeeze your eyes shut for me. Good. Okay, now we're going to be testing your sense of taste. So I'm going to be giving you 4 substances, and I want you to tell me whether they're bitter. Each one of these is bitter, salty, sweet, or sour. Okay? Okay, and what I want you to do is stick out your tongue, and I'm going to put these in the side of your tongue, okay?
Bitter.
Bitter? Okay. And I want you to take a drink of water in between. Okay. Now we're going to do another one. Okay, you're going to feel this on your tongue.
Salty.
Okay. Take a drink of water. Okay. We're going to be checking another one now. Let's check the other tongue side
Sweet.
now. Okay. Go ahead and take a drink. You got it? Okay. Now this is the last one. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Sour.
Okay. Get a drink of water and wash that out too. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so the next test we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing what's called the whisper test. Okay, and these are testing your cranial nerve. It's like 9 and 10. Wait, no, it's the cranial nerve 7. I'm sorry, the acoustic. So I'm going to say 3 words, and I want you to repeat them. Okay.
10, 11, 13.
Okay.
Bob, George, Ray.
Very good. Okay. So the next thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to be putting this on top of your head, and I want you to tell me if you can hear it from both ears equally, okay? It's called the Weber test.
Yeah.
Good. You can't hear from one side more than the other. Good. Okay, and now we're going to be doing what's called the Rhine test. So what I want you to do here is I'm going to be sticking this first on your bone, and I want you to tell me, back here, I want you to tell me when you can't hear it anymore, and then I'm going to take it and stick it right beside your ear. And you tell me when you stop hearing it from there, okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then we go into the other side and do the same thing.
Okay.
right. So, next we're going to be doing some looking in your mouth, okay? So I'm going to put some gloves on. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to ask you what the 4 objects were from the memory test from earlier. Can you tell me the 4 objects now?
Pencil,
Mm-hmm.
coin,
Yep.
paper, light, no, pillow.
Pillow. Very good. Okay. So we'll get back to on track there. You're very good. You have a very good memory. That was probably about the 10 minutes that we needed anyway. So I'm going to be shining a light in your mouth and looking in there with the tongue blade, okay? I'm going to be looking at the soft palate and the uvula. So I want you to open up, and when I do this, I want you to say "aw."
Aww.
Good. Your soft palate's fine, and your uvula is midline. Okay. And now I'm going to be, I actually forgot I have to check your gag reflex at the same time, so.
Okay.
Okay. You okay? Okay. Good. Okay. And now I'm going to be having you swallow water again because I'm going to be checking your swallowing ability, okay? We're checking the cranial nerves 9 and 10 now with all this. Okay. Now, how do you feel like you can talk now? Go ahead and talk for me.
Okay.
Okay? You don't have any trouble
No,
talking or
no,
anything? No hoarseness? Okay,
No.
good. Now I'm going to be touching your back. And what I want you to do is you're going to be shrugging your shoulders and I'm going to provide resistance. Okay? And this is testing cranial nerve 11, the spinal accessory. Get these gloves off here. Okay. Now, I'm going to provide resistance. You try to shrug your shoulders. Good. Now we're going to do the face where you try to turn your face to that side. I'm going to provide resistance. Good. Same here. Good. Good strength. Okay. So that was fine. Now I want you to stick out your tongue for me and we'll look at it. Very good. Now I want you to take your tongue and go to the side, the other side. I want you to take it up towards your nose and down towards your chin. Very good. Very good movement. Now I want you to repeat this phrase. The lighting is not dark.
The lighting is not dark.
Good. I was just testing your speech with your lingual sounds with L, T, D, and N on there, and it was fine. Now we're going to be doing the what's called rapid movements. It's just testing coordination and fine motor skills. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your hands like this and beat back and forth as fast as you can, increasing speed. Very good. Very good. Okay, the next one I want you to do is it's going to be, I want you to take your finger and touch your nose, and then I want you to touch my hand. And increase the speed with that. Very good. Okay, and now I want you to extend your arms out and touch your nose with each hand, with each finger. And increase the speed as you do that. Very good. Okay. And the next thing I want you to do is I I want you to do a heel to shin. I'm going to lift this up so they can see you do it. And I want you to take your heel and slide it right up there. Okay? Okay, and the other one. Very good. Okay. And now we're going to be doing some balance testing. So I'm going to have you stand. We're going to start with what's called the Romberg. I'm going to move this chair. And yeah, you can stand just like that. And I want you to stand with your feet together there. And then I want you to close your eyes. Your hands down at your sides for 20 seconds, okay? I've got my arms around you. You won't fall. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Did you do okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you can stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Okay? And you're going to feel me kind of try to knock you off balance a little bit, okay? But you try to stay erect. Very good. That was a push-off balance test. You did fine. Now I want you to stand on one foot for 5 seconds. Okay. Now you can switch to the other foot. Your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. I forgot to say that, sorry. Okay, very good. Okay, and now I want you to do the hopping test where you jump on the foot for 5 seconds. With your eyes open, very good. Okay, now I want you to switch the other foot. Very good. You lasted right at the 5 second mark. Good. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at your gait, which is how you walk. So what I want you to do now, move this back, move this camera so that they can see you walking a little bit. Maybe. Okay, so I want you to walk over to the edge of that couch and then come back. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to walk with your eyes closed, and I'm going to tell you when to stop, okay? Close your eyes. Okay, stop. Come back with your eyes closed. Okay, stop. All right, you did fine with both of those. Now we're going to do what's called heel-toe walking. So I want you to walk with your heels like this, just lined up there. Now I'm going to watch you. Turn around and come back. Very good. Okay. Now I'm going to have you take a seat again. Okay. And we're going to be doing some touching again. This is going to be touching, like a superficial touching. I'm going to touch you with a cotton wisp, and you're going to tell me each area that you're going to point to the area that I'm touching you at, okay? So let me get the cotton wisp here. Okay. Okay. So you got to close your eyes for this, by the way. Okay. Okay. We'll go ahead and take that one out of that way. Okay. Very going to be doing we're going to be testing for superficial pain. So I'm going to be getting the broke part of a tongue depressor. And what I want you to do here is I want you to tell me, I want you to locate it, so I want you to point to where it is, and I want you to say whether it's sharp or dull, okay?
Okay. Sharp.
Okay.
Dull. Sharp. Dull.
Over here.
Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull.
Okay, good. All right, now we're going to be testing your ability to cipher between warm and cold, okay? Your temperature sensation. You can go ahead and keep that down because I'm going to be putting that, I'm sorry. So I want you to close your eyes still. Okay, so you tell me whether this is hot or warm. And also, I want you to point to the location, okay?
Warm.
Okay. And
Cold.
okay.
Cold. Warm.
Very good. Okay. The next thing we're going to be testing for is deep pressure sensation. So I'm going to be grabbing your trapezius up here, and I want you just to tell me how it feels, okay?
Mm.
Does that feel like,
Pressure.
okay?
Pressure.
Okay, good. All right, now we're going to be checking for vibration sensation. So I'm going to be taking that tuning fork again. You can go ahead and put your shirt up yet. And keep your eyes closed. And I want you to tell me whether it's vibrating or not, okay?
Okay. Vibrate.
Okay.
Not vibrate. Vibrating. No vibration.
Good. So the next thing we're going to be doing is keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to be moving your toe around.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me whether it's up or down, okay? Put your foot right up here.
Up. Down. Up. Down.
Okay. Test your other one over here.
Down. Up. Down.
Okay. Now we're going to be testing your finger. Keep your eye closed. Okay.
Down. Up. Up.
Mm-hmm. This one over here.
Up. Up. Down.
Very good. Okay. Now we're going to be moving on to the stereognosis. You're going to have your eyes closed still, and I'm going to put an object in your hand, and I want you to try to tell me what it is, okay?
Okay.
You can touch it or whatever you want to with that one hand.
Look like a coin.
Can you make out what kind of coin it is, you think?
It's bigger than a nickel, maybe a quarter.
Very good. Okay, let me see here. Now we're going to be doing the 2-point discrimination with the paper clip. So with this, I want you to tell me if you're feeling 2 points of the paper clip or only 1, okay?
Okay. There's 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. 1 point.
Okay. We're going to measure that. Got about 1 centimeter there. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to do the same thing, okay?
Okay. 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. 1 point.
Okay, I got 1 centimeter there as well. Okay. So now we're going to be I'm going to be touching your face with the paper clips too, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to point to where I'm touching with the paper clips. Okay. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay. Now we're going to be doing the abdominal reflex. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to get the bench out and we're going to lay on it. Okay.
Okay.
Or you're going to lay on it. So move this out of the way. Okay. And then lay down. Okay. And we're going to use a drape to cover you up a little bit here. All right. So I'm going to be striking this reflex hammer, the end of it, in all 4 quadrants, and watching for that reflex. Yep, good. All right, now the next thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for actually I'm going to talk about the cremastric reflex. We won't be doing that, but that is actually done by stroking down the inner thigh of the male and watching for the scrotum and the testicles to rise. And now we're going to be doing, though, the plantar. So you could probably sit up for this, if you don't mind. Let me help you up. Okay, face the camera there. Okay, put this chair right here. Okay, so go ahead and put your foot on there. Okay. Now you're going to film me taking this across your foot, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and this one over here, do the same thing. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to be moving on to your biceps. Okay, 45-degree angle, good. Well, I missed it.